Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. I'm Gabriele, classical guitarist and teacher, and today I want to talk about something that I was thinking a few days ago, and I processed this stuff because when I was teaching, my student told me that he used a AI tool to learn, okay? And this is depend of point of view, it's positive or negative. But now I try to do an experiment. I would like to learn the guitar like if I'm a beginner. So let's try to record with Gemini, because this is AI that permits to use the camera and to recognize what's happened. I have to do the login. Okay, so now I'm recording smartphone. I don't know if it's able also the audio, but in that case you listen me by microphone. So I record the screen, I set Gemini in Italian, but of course when I talk, I try to talk in English.
Ciao, sono Gemini. A breve inizieremo a usare Live, la funzionalità che ti consente di esplorare idee o argomenti complessi semplicemente parlando o mostrando ciò che ti circonda. Ottimo, diamoci da fare.
Okay, Gemini, can you tell me what you see?
I see you holding a guitar in what looks like a music studio. There's a computer monitor behind you, and the walls have acoustic panels. Are you getting ready to record something?
Yeah, I would like to record what's happened if I want to learn like a beginner student. So tell me how I should have to play the guitar.
Okay, to get started, try holding the guitar so the body rests on your right leg. Then adjust your hands so your right hand is over the sound hole and your left hand can comfortably reach the frets. Once you feel balanced, try plucking an open string or pressing your finger on a fret. Does that feel alright?
Okay, so I'm in this position. Where I have to put the right hand?
Your hand is in a good spot. Try to keep it relaxed over the sound hole. About
it's
halfway
not on the good spot. You can see it.
You're right. My bad. I see your right hand now up over the top of the guitar body. For the best sound, try bringing your hand down a bit closer so it's over the sound hole, using your fingers to pluck the strings. Does that feel more comfortable?
Yeah, it's better. I like to play from the beginning one string. Which strings I have to choose? No, doesn't work. So it's totally confused because I share my camera. Let's try again. Gemini, can you tell me how you play the first string?
Right. Let's talk about...
What's happened? Okay, Gemini, can you tell me how to play the first strings? Can you tell me how to play it? Gemini? No, doesn't work. I would like to learn how to play the guitar. Doesn't work. Let's try again. Can you tell me what you see?
I see you holding the guitar, ready to learn. You've got the neck in your left hand, and your right hand is near the sound hole. Now, try plucking the top string with your thumb. That's the lowest sounding one. How does that feel? And by the way, were you trying to show me the back of the guitar earlier?
Okay, so now let's try the first step. I would like to learn how you play the first string.
Great, let's do it. The first string is the one closest to the ground, the thinnest one. Try plucking it with your index finger, pulling upward slightly. Can you do that for me?
Okay. Like that?
That's it. You played the first string. You plucked it with your finger perfectly. Now, want to try playing the second string? It's right above that one.
Okay, now?
Now, move up to the next string. It's the second from the bottom. Try plucking that one with either your index or middle finger. Can you do that for me?
Okay. Is that one? Can you tell me if it's that one?
Yes, that's correct. You just played the second string. You've got the first two down. Want to try the third one now? It's the next string up, slightly thicker than the second.
Okay. Tell me which strings I try to play.
You can play any of the 6 strings. We started with the first one, the thinnest, then moved up to the second. From there, you can try the third, fourth, fifth, which are progressively thicker, and finally the sixth string at the very top, which is the thickest with the lowest pitch. Which one would you like to try next?
Okay, so now let's try to do the apoyado and tirato technique. Can you explain how to play these techniques?
Apoyado is called rest stroke. When you pluck a string, your finger should come to rest on the next string above it. Tirato, or free stroke, is when your finger plucks the string and keeps going into the air, not resting on anything. Apoyado gives you a fuller, stronger tone, while tirato is lighter and good for faster passages, or arpeggios. Want to try both on the first string and see the difference?
Okay, so this is the apoyado, and this is the tirato. I made some mistakes.
You've got it. That second stroke was a perfect free stroke, tirato, with your finger moving away. And what you described as apoyado, the rest stroke, is when your finger rests on the next string afterward. From here, we could start working on some basic chords, or maybe even play a simple melody line.
No,
Which sounds
I
more
prefer
interesting.
to play the simple melody line. So, let's try to play also the fretboard, where I have to put the thumb.
For the fretboard, your thumb should rest behind the neck, roughly in the middle, pointing towards the headstock. This gives you good control. Now, to press down on the strings, try using the tips of your fingers, pressing near the frets, not on top of them. Should we start with a few notes on the first string?
Okay, so I would like to know how it's called every fret. So, for example, give me the name of every fret and which fingers I have to press it.
That's a great question. On the guitar, the frets don't have specific names. They're just numbered, first fret, second fret, and so on, starting from the top near the headstock. The notes actually change depending on which string you're pressing and which fret you're on.
Okay, let's
For your
try
fretting
with the
hand-
first one.
Okay, try pressing the first fret on that first string. Use the tip of your index finger and press just behind the metal bar, not directly on it. Then pluck the string with your right hand. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but I would like to know what fret I'm pressing. So, for example, if I press the first fret, this is the sound, but I don't know how it's called. And also the third and the second. And which fingers I have to play.
I understand. On that first string, playing it open without fingering is an E note. Pressing the first fret gives you an F, the second is F sharp, and the third is a G. For which fingers, generally you'd use your index for the first fret, middle for the second, and ring for the third. Does that make the sounds clear?
Yeah, sounds great. So, now let's move on the melody. Give me a melody, step by step, how I can do it. A simple melody, like from second and first string.
Let's try a simple melody. We can use Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. Start by playing the open first string twice. Can you do that?
The first strings or the second?
The first string, the thinnest one. Play that open twice. Let me know when you're ready for the next step.
Okay. 1, 2. Next step?
Great. Now play the open second string twice. It's the string right above the one you just played. Ready?
No, I don't understand. Can you repeat me? Yeah, let's try.
Perfect. Next, play that second string again, but this time press the third fret. Sure, no problem. First, you played the thinnest string, the first one, twice open. Now,
Yeah, but
do the
doesn't
same for the string
sound
right above it,
little
which is the
star.
second string. Just pluck it twice open. Does that make more sense?
Doesn't sound twinkle twinkle little star. So let's try to play the right note.
I understand. To get the sound right, let's go back to the first string. Play it open twice, then press the second fret with your middle finger and play it twice. Then, move down to the second string, play that open twice, and finally, press the second fret on the second string and play it once. Want to try that portion again?
No. This is not Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. So let's try to play a new melody, maybe also easier.
That's completely fine. Let's drop that one. How about a really simple melody that only uses the open strings? We could play one note at a time
Yeah, but
across
I would
different
like to
strings.
improve also the fretboard. The first fret that I have to learn, I have to press with the left hand. So tell me one time that I press with my fingers. Tell me which fret I have to press it to create a melody. Doesn't work. So let's try again.
I understand. Let's focus on using the fretboard for this. Okay, try pressing the second fret on the first string with your middle finger, then play that note. After that, let's move over to the second string and press the third fret there with your ring finger. How does that sound?
Sounds like a major third.
That's interesting because those notes are actually a G major sound. To create a regular major sound,
it's not G
try
major.
plucking the open first string.
It's
Then
D
press the second
major,
fret with your middle
not
finger.
G, not
Finally,
Gemini. It's a D major, not G major. G major, it's like that. This is D major.
you're absolutely right. I appreciate you showing me. That melody is firmly in D major. So now that we have that sorted, would you like to learn a few more notes on the fretboard, staying in D major, or try something different?
I would like to do a melody. Can you tell me which fret I have to press it to create a easy, simple melody?
Let's play a simple one. Start by playing the open first string twice. Then press the second fret on that same string with your middle finger and play it twice. After that, play the third fret with your ring finger on the first string and play it once. Want to hear that sequence again?
Is that one this melody?
That's part of a melody, yes. Want to try that sequence again?
Okay, I try again, please. Tell me if I'm playing right.
You're definitely on the right track. Try playing it once more. Listen to the sound and make sure you're pressing each fret cleanly behind the metal bar. How does it sound to you now?
Okay, let's try to listen me and give me feedback after I play. So, this is the right melody that you tell me.
That's definitely the right melody, but you're playing it on the second and third strings, not the first and second. Want to try moving it up so you're playing it on the two thinnest strings?
Okay.
The open first string twice, then the first string again, pressing the second fret with your middle.
Stop. Okay, so now, like a teacher, there is a possible to use the AI to help the student, but the student doesn't have any reason to change method of learning, because as you see, it's so difficult to learn classical guitar in different ways. So if I have to set my position on my guitar, it's right. If I have to play with the right hand only, okay, it's not very bad. Maybe it's possible to improve it, this information, but yeah, okay, for the basic, it's not too bad. Then, when I add my left hand, it's totally wrong, because if I have to play Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, this is the melody, but AI tell me to press this note. So it's a little bit weird to learn a melody or chord, for example, because if I have to play a chord, maybe it's also possible to learn it, the position of the fingers, but if I ask you something rhythmic, it's so very hard to define the rhythmic and to do that the rhythm is possible to recognize. So for the moment, 2026, it's not possible to learn classical guitar by AI. So let's give me an example. If you are a beginner, you just know all the fret, you know how to play the right hand and also how move in the right way the fingers, okay, maybe you have the possibility to learn something new from the AI and to know new songs. But if I have to choose a human method to understand something like human, you know, it's the music, it's an art made by human, I think I prefer to choose a teacher, maybe in presence or online, but a person, not AI or robot, because at the moment it's not possible to learn it very good the classical guitar. So if you like this content, tell me in the comment down below, and what do you think about this set with two screen, and thank you for watching. Have a good practice. Bye.